Hello, Justin. Here's some video feedback for you. It's for week 3, but also I'll address the wireframes from week 4. And in general, I follow the rubric pretty carefully. The rubrics for 3.2 and 3.3 are short. They're binary. There's two categories to meet proficiency in, and then the journal is the longer rubric, but I'll discuss that at the end. Good to meet you. Justin, these are fine, and that you did them in pencil and paper is fine too. If it allows you to quickly generate a number of sketches, that's the way to go. In general, I like the ones where the navigation is at the top, and well, they're all that way, but I think you conserve space by putting a logo off to the left here. But still, entertain other arrangements. I think scrolling images, that's nice. I've seen that feature, I think, in somebody's work already, and if I'll flag it and pass it your way if I come across it again. Think about whether you want a busy site with lots of small thumbnail images, or whether you want to have images that are large and bleed across the page, whatever that happens to be. And speaking of which, view your pages as you've mounted them on your web server. View your pages on your phone, your cell phone. Just key in that URL in your browser of choice and view them on your phone as you progress through the class. Let's face it, most websites have to function very well on small devices, and it's good to get familiar with that principle. Justin, I see that you've been able to create an account on GeoCities. There's a lot to like about this. I'm using Safari for the Macintosh to view your files, and it has, all browsers have, you probably know this, have a develop tab or something like it that allows you to see the page source, which means the page code. It's split window. Here's a little window that gives me an idea of your file management. If I had password and user ID, I would probably come up with a tree-like diagram there. And while we're looking at your code, this looks great. It's great that you put your name on it and how early this was that you did this. Or is this something that you rewrote? Notice that GeoCities puts this script on your page. You might try to get rid of it, but I think it's placed there dynamically. The other thing that GeoCities does is put this, hosted by. You've got some rudimentary styling. This is the inline styling exercise. I see that you've indicated H2 style, the color, RGB equivalents, and the typeface. And it looks like you've gotten the typeface to work, Athelos. So you've used the font family tag, and it looks like it's working. Good going. You've also used is this truly the corporate color? This is more of an orangey red. This is a true red. Make sure you find a version of the town logo that is crisply on a transparent background. This looks a little degraded around the edges here, and this has a white halo. Look into SVA format, I think it is called. It is a vector file format that is web compatible, and because it's vector, it can scale up infinitely, and it supports transparency too. So just take a look at that. But good going. I mean, this is far advanced. You have the background color, which I'm assuming is also from the town palette. Great job. Justin, this is a great job. It's complete. I see your file management on both your desktop and your GeoCities server. And again, it's okay to use pencil and paper for this. You might also, conversely, consider doing a refined sketch using some of the corporate assets, photography, logo, on a single page, perhaps the home page. I found that in the past, especially if you're doing presentations, it was really necessary to go beyond a wireframe. Most people who haven't taken a web class don't really understand what wireframes are about. And so for presentation purposes, these diagrammatic things, which we understand, don't make sense to people clients oftentimes. And so it's sometimes necessary. and you want to do it to see how all your ingredients fit together. Sometimes necessary to do a complete sketch. All right, so I'm quit with that. You have your unordered list, which will become your navigation scheme. And I see that you have probably dummy URLs for each of these. Good going. Look forward to seeing how that shapes up into your website. Then I see your file management on your PC. Drive, which is roughly equivalent to directory or root folder. And then I see what it looks like on CyberDuck. And it looks like you've successfully been able to use CyberDuck. Good going. There's been a lot of trouble this semester with CyberDuck. And it looks like it matches the file management structure on your PC. I hope that makes sense. It looks like you got it really well. Anyway, the rubric for this milestone is, have you included a properly coded sitemap? Yes, you have. Really nice job. And then, is there evidence of file management? And yes, clearly there is. So, superb. Justin, your journal is adequate. You've defined the demographics. You've thought about questions you would pose to a focus group and questions that you would ask about of a client. Think about how that could be extended. If there's takeout or online ordering, perhaps wait staff, kitchen staff would need to be included, and in the functionality, I guess, of your website. What I'm missing just in general from your submission is specific research or technological tools that you could use, and or other types of market research. There's probably no substitute for hoofing it, getting on the street, seeing what the competition is like, and making comparisons. But there are also tools such as the U.S. Census, which is available and free for everyone, and there are other tools such as Nielsen, and then there are technological tools such as Google Analytics. But knowing, having a rough idea of what's out there is always good. Overall, good job, Justin, and I look forward to seeing how your website shapes up.